It's Fake Talk, everybody. Welcome. Hey, check this out. So we are Pacific Podcast, and welcome to We Are Always Live with Samuel. Make sure you tune in. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Fake Talk with Samuel. My name is Samuel Apia Dankyi, and it's pretty exciting to come your way once again. I have one of my buddies from school here with me, Miss Miranda Velasquez. I need to work on my Spanish, so I hope I got it right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you, and thank you for being here with us. So we want to know you. We want to get to know you a little bit. So if for anybody watching, who is Miranda?
Well, I'm a full-time student at the University of the Pacific, and right now I'm an indie author. So I, write a lot of fiction because working for a bachelor's degree for my English major, and I was born and raised here in Stockton, California. And yep.
Nice. So you're local, huh? You just like me. I'm in Stockton as well, so it's pretty exciting to
Mhm.
have you on here. So since we're both in Stockton, let's talk a little bit about Stockton. I know over the years, before I moved here, Stockton had a pretty bad name, like
Mhm.
media and everything. No one really wanted to live here.
Mhm.
But I remember moving here from Elgrove, people were telling me I'm crazy. Why do you want to be in Stockton? You're going to get shot and all that. But I'm curious, what has your experience in Stockton been like?
Um, to me, they're fine. Of course, not everyone's nice here, but like I'm like comfortable with it because maybe because I was born and raised, but yeah, I really love Stockton, honestly.
I think I can say the same here, and my friends are going to get on me again. But I think to be fair, the last couple of years has been really calm in terms of all the bad news that used to characterize Stockton. Now, I mean, you don't really hear of the police involved shooting or the robbery or whatever it was that gave Stockton that bad name. You don't seem to hear that a lot, do you?
No, it has seemed to have calmed down, since the pandemic and everything.
Mm. So
Yeah.
speaking of the pandemic, I know all of us are having to do this virtual schooling, and pretty much we're doing everything virtually. How is that going for you? Who are you quarantined with, and how was school, especially given that we have to do it from home?
Well, honestly, I'm actually fine with it. I'm like kind of neutral. Like, I do like going onto the campus to classes, but it's also fun being able to, get online for class in my sweats and feel comfortable, in my own home setting.
Yeah.
And through the pandemic, it's been pretty well, pandemic wise, it's been fairly comfortable. I live with my husband in a apartment, so it's just us two, so it's been pretty peaceful.
Hmm. Well, good to know that everyone in your home is doing well. So, in terms of um, this pandemic again, given that everything is virtually shut down, right?
Mhm.
We dealing with this pandemic. There's racial tension in the streets, and
Mhm.
even let's not even go into the racial tension just yet. Still on the
Mhm.
pandemic. uh, has that affected your psyche or your abilities to live like a normal life? Because um, our lives has drastically changed, right? Since February or May, since this whole thing started, all of our lives have changed. So, how much of this pandemic has changed your life, your way of life?
Well, actually, it hasn't changed much. Actually, it's been a pretty smooth, transformation. Yeah, I gotta admit that, some good has come out of it. So it's like it hasn't really affected me mentally in any way. Because I guess I'm kind of a indoorsy person anyway, so it's like it's been a pretty easy,
Transition for you,
transition. Yeah.
or maybe not a transition at all, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You actually like the indoors too. For our colleagues who may be watching us, I know a lot of people are dealing with it in different types of ways, right? So, given that you have a lot of positives coming out of this, what words of encouragement can you say to someone who may be struggling or just having a hard time just adapting to this new way of life, given everything that we have going on? Since you have it pretty chill and you seem to have a lot of control over things. So, what can you share with us, people who may be struggling?
Well, I guess the main thing is like every day do something you love. I notice that really helps me. Like, I love to write, so I make sure, I make some time for that. Even if I can get swamped with schoolwork, I try to find some time to get that in. And I noticed that like exercising really helps, your mental attitude. You feel much better when you can make that a routine. I know it's not easy for, to get into, but, I can promise, like, if you like make it a habit, it really affects your mind a lot more positively.
And that would also help us share some of the quarantine weight, right?
Yeah.
Many of us are putting on a lot of weight with this pandemic and stress eating and all of that. So I guess uh, getting into the routine of a workout would also help. So you spoke about being a writer. So I want to believe English is your major.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what are some of the things you're working on? What do you write? Are you writing stories? Are you writing plays? What are you working on?
Well, right now, mostly short stories. I was writing longer pieces like novels, but to kind of, get a little break from that, I've been writing more short novels, like yeah, and like short stories, because I notice you can, you have, it's easier to,
Definitely,
like get a break from, those long pieces of work or
definitely.
those long projects. Yeah.
So back to since this is faith talk, let's talk a little bit about faith, right?
Mm,
I know a lot of people uh, leaning, I mean, to their faith, right? In times like this, in uncertain times like we find ourselves in, many people retreat to their faith because we don't know what tomorrow holds. We've been promised there's going to be a vaccine, there's going to be this COVID was supposedly going away by Easter, and we are still here with it. And as of now, there's not really any end. Any foreseeable end in in the foreseeable future. So, how much has your faith been tested in terms of everything that this year has thrown at us?
well, it has been tested pretty good. Yeah, recently. Yeah, but I believe that, things are going to get better. It may take time, but I still have that faith that things will turn out. So I'm pretty patient. Yes.
So that makes me feel like you are hopeful of a better tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes. Hmm.
Cool, cool, cool. So for people that are very hopeless in terms of where this is going to end. I mean, as of now, we I think the last count was 220,000 plus people dead.
Hmm.
When you watch the news, when you see things like this happening, the mass graves and all of the things that are happening as a result of COVID, the economic impact and all of that, it can drive you to be very down on yourself and feel hopeless, right? But
Hmm.
as a person of faith, And if you don't mind sharing your faith with us, what exactly you are with us, how do you or what do you tell people that are feeling hopeless right now?
Well, I would just say like if you're a Christian, just keep in prayer. And me and my husband, we've gotten into the habit of reading a chapter of the Bible every night. And then when we're finished reading the whole thing, then we start all over, because there's like a lot we missed. So I noticed that staying in prayer and worship, I notice it really makes a difference.
Definitely, definitely. So let me put you on the spot again and ask if you can share with us anything you've read lately that really stands out to you, and we can maybe share it with all of our viewers.
Well, what stood out to me, like I can't recall the book or the but it was talking about the do not worry, and I noticed that one really helped to ease my mind, a lot during these tough times. Yeah.
I think that might be in Philippians if that is the case. Because there's a verse in Philippians that I really enjoy as well. So let's see if we can grab. Okay, so Philippians 4:6, the Bible says, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all that He has done."
Hmm.
Is that the verse you're looking for?
Yeah. I
So
guess
that
we
is
just that
yeah,
recently.
that is Philippians 4:6, and I actually happen to like that verse very much as well. We are in October. November
Mhm.
is almost here, and elections are around the corner. I think we are 2 weeks away from elections, and as a student, a full-time student, as you described it, um, does any of this? Do you think we have a place in how our democracy works, or we should? Do we have to leave it for politicians to handle that, or is it our civic duty? Do you feel like we have a place in here? In all of this?
Um, I believe. Well, I don't know. Like in terms of like voting and stuff.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where I get that feeling like my vote doesn't matter, but I still always vote anyway because there's still that little part of me that your vote does count. So yeah, I believe it does make a difference voting. Yeah.
So it really does. So hopefully everyone watching us, if only you are eligible to vote, you take advantage and be a part of hopefully history, uh, and let your voice be heard. I think that's the one thing that we all have, right? The one power that we all have is to let our voices be heard, and this is like something that doesn't come quite easily for a lot of people around the world, and so I think we can take advantage of that. And so, as we are bringing our conversation to a close, wondering if you see uh, any light at the end of the tunnel, as they say. Do you see us coming back on campus maybe next semester? How are you feeling about that?
I think there's actually a good chance that we could be going back onto campus because there are a lot of restaurants and places opened and people are all hanging around each other. So yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be on campus by
Will you
January.
be comfortable with something like that?
I think so. Yeah, as long as everyone wears their mask and keep their distance, I think we can.
that has been another issue of contention, though, right? The
Yeah.
wearing of mask has been a political statement, if you will. It's pretty much where you stand on the political spectrum. So you wear it if you are a Democrat, and you refuse to wear it if you are a follower of the president, and so and I don't think there's any legal basis for anyone to really enforce it. And so that is a fear that I personally have, that even if things were to open back up to the way they were before, and we are saying, well, let's observe all the protocols that are in place. What do we do with people who are going to refuse it and claim it's their right not to obey these rules or regulations? Wouldn't it put everyone else in at risk?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know it seems to be spreading kind of slowly around where we are, but yeah, I think being like indoors with, a few people, I think it's very important to wear a mask because it just like not wearing one, it just shows you don't care, eh,
Mhm.
you know, about others, or it shows you're being inconsiderate. So,
So let's talk a little Stockton politics here. Mayor Taps is running for re-elections. Are you
mhm.
satisfied with this work so far? Do you think he deserves a second term?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't really see much of a change when he was mayor, but maybe this second time around, maybe he'll have the chance to, show us something.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And Miss Miranda, what will be your final goodwill message to everyone at UOP and everyone watching us right now? What would you want to what would you want the world to know?
I would just like everyone to know to keep smiling, keep that faith strong, do something you love every day, and if you can, just get active. Just it really helps and it relieves stress. I promise.
Sure does. It sure does. Thank you so much for your time tonight. We really appreciate you for coming on the show with us. So that has been our show. My name once again is Samuel Apia Dankyi. This has been Fake Talk with Samuel. Until we come your way again, please be safe and let's keep upholding one another. I think we are all we have. So let's keep upholding one another. So thank you for watching us. We will come your way again soon. God bless you.